What's up? Sorry I'm a minute late. Shout out to all you guys there. Shout out to the Otter Gang. Alex O Crypto here. Shout out to you guys. We've had a pump up. Where are we going? That's coming our way. And we'll have to see how it affects the markets. Now, let's make a group here. And let's call this some news. Oopsie. News. We got news. How's it all going? How do you guys feel? It's the New Year's. Let's effing go. What up, Sniper's Nightmare? Out here making all the calls while I'm asleep. And in the UK, love you, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who caught this little pump that we got here. A nice little 0.7%. Are we heading up? Are we heading down? I know that we've been looking at a head and shoulders. We've been looking at a whole bunch of different things. What can this market do to us? Well, it can do whatever it pleases, as we clearly can see with low volume. It kind of tends to pump and dump and go sideways whenever it well pleases, and respecting TA is not what it likes to do. So let me make this a bit bigger. Let's zoom out and let's see what has happened. Well, Happy New Year's to all you guys, and I hope you had a safe and wonderful New Year's. I know that Sniper and I were hanging out. He was drinking some ginger ale or something, Pepsi and chilling on the charts. And I was right beside him doing the same, not having a Pepsi. He was probably having a coffee, but you know, that's how we roll around here. You know, the Otter Gang. You know, shout out to all the Otter Gang. You know, say hello to my little friends. This is the Otter Gang. We out here making otters great again. You know, there's long-term traders, there's swing traders, there's day traders, there's scalpers, and then there's the otters, just securing the bag. So if you're new to crypto, I'm gonna give you fair warning, but you know how you used to sleep like an angel before you got into crypto? Well, this is what's gonna happen. This is comment truth if this is what happens when you get into crypto. Because this is the truth. Checking the charts in your sleep is how we roll. I'm in a couple of shorts right now. I'll close those out because I don't want you seeing my exchange info. Maybe we'll get a bit more comfortable and share those guys. But until I'm like fully comfortable on stream, you know, this is maybe my 6th or 7th live stream. So, you know, we're new, but we're here sharing the charts. We're extracting point of this is to show you guys how we're doing it. Practice good risk management with good mentality. So these are my ideas. Let's get into the charts. What have we seen? We've seen low volume on a steady decrease. If I go to the 4-hour, let's take a look at this. Well, we have these vertical lines, which I'm going to hide. This is my marked out news from the economic calendar. That is coming out eventually, but we're just preparing ourselves for these things, looking ahead into the future of what the markets can do, right? So make sure you grab a coffee, you're ready for these charts, and we can see that we might have a little way up to short. Well, you can see that we've had very, very flat volume across the board here. We have had nothing very significant, very much lower volume over the holiday season. People are on break. People are relaxing. People are spending time with their families, and we're here giving you the charts, giving you the info, and trying to extract profits in a very sideways market. We can see that on the 4-hour, we have 3 beautiful momentum with us all the way up, and we could be heading back down. Now, why do I say that? And why do I say that I'm in a short? I am in a short on Ethereum, and I'm also on a short on Bitcoin, right? Very similar on Ethereum, because we have come up with little volume to a point of resistance. And I figured, hey, why not? Saw that on the 2-hour, we were putting in a lower high with wicks and exhaustion, right? This could be an uptrend, right? I'm not saying this is a reversal, but right now with low volume, I'm looking for this to at least come down to the bottom of this area here, Now we will pull a fib. We will look where we will take profits, how we will trade these markets, and further on from there, right? Because we could continue to just pump, right? This could simply curl and pump, right? And create something like that. So we gotta be paying attention to everything here. We know that Matic got very, very low the other day, right? We got to look for these bullish divergences. Can we spot any? Well, I'm pretty sure that we did the other day. We can see on the 6, I believe it was on the 6 hour, we had a nice bull div, right? So we got, yeah, a lower low coming up and then a lower high or a higher high over here, right? So you can see that there has been that momentum to bring us upwards, right? So yesterday it would have been nice little long to get into, right? But let's get current, right? Let's get current. We've rejected from here, right? With exhaustion. Looking forward to your stream. Still working. How's it going? Thank you for joining us here. And we are getting a little bit of a pump now. Well, we had a red blood diamond on the 12 minute. And let's see. I do have a short from around 16.6, and then on Ethereum I do have it from around 1203ish, 1204 I believe. I got it right at the top. It's a pretty nice entry, considering, but we'll see. Like, we want it to play out. There's not much on those trades because of the low volume right now. It's a little bit more risky taking high trades because look, we have this volume down here, but you can clearly see that volume is decreasing. Therefore, it's probably just gonna, if we zoom in over here from yesterday, like, I mean, if you're trading this, even if I get down to like the 3 minute, like, you can see how these little areas are just completely sideways, right? Then a little bit of a pump, then sideways, right? So it's very grueling and it's very tiresome. It's almost like you got to set your trades and kind of just leave them, which I have with this one here. My stop loss is just above the wick of the previous high over here, just to protect myself a little bit. But you know what? We'll see where it goes, right? But also, I'm prepared to lose that trade if it doesn't work out. I see the three exhaustions here. I do believe that we do not have the volume to pump up, but you never know what's possible, right? So first thing I would do with this is, now that I'm in a short entry there, is that I would pull a fib from the bottom of the start of this pump to the top. This would be my level of take profit. So at the 0.5, I would have a take profit, which I should probably do. But I know I already have it inputted. So we have that ready to take profit if we come down. But I'll be looking to this area right here for a bounce, because we have confluence throughout, right? We also have these key levels of support below us that we seem to not be able to fully punch through, right? So if I take a fixed range volume profile from the left of this range all the way to the side, we can see that even here we have this huge level of volume that is in confluence with this area of the 786.65, right? On a lower time frame, I'll stretch out my golden pocket to my 786 just so that, it tends to move quite a bit more in smaller time frames. So I'll give myself a little bit of leniency rather than have it so tight on this 0.65 and therefore leaving myself a smaller window. We'll see how it comes to this area with volume, whether I'll be looking to take out my trade or get into a long, right, to see if this will continue to move upwards like this, right? Because right now my target was at the top of these, right? Let's go back to Bitcoin. It works the same way here. So if I pull it from the bottom here, where we started the movement, to here, right? I'll actually pull this one all the way to the bottom here, which actually lines up perfectly with our point of control, right? So the point of control 2. Why do I have 2? Because there's 2 levels of serious volume within this range. The point of control 2, I believe, has less volume than the other one. So when I zoom out here onto the 1 hour, no, let's go to 3 hour. This is become a longer range, so we need more space to pull our FRVP. We can pull it even from over here to over here, and we can see that we have this spike over here, right? And we have this spike over here, which has both been huge levels. You know, we've been trading in the center of this range for so long that I have both POCs marked out, just because I believe this one's just as relevant as this one up here. You can see they both spike out. You got to make that decision for yourself. But, you know, it's great to mark out where the red line is and the blue line is, but where do you see price coming to, right? And what does common sense tell you, right? Sometimes we have to apply that to the charts in order to make better decisions for our trades, right? So we go back down to the 12-minute. We see that we've gotten a pump back up, right? So I'm probably breaking even right now. But this is a level of resistance. We can clearly see that with over here. If we look to the left, you can always see confluence of all these areas here. I do have this big red box above here. So to be careful, don't get into any trades that you're not comfortable with taking, right? So that's my thoughts right now. With Bitcoin, we need to practice good risk management. We need to have a clear mindset and probably quite a bit of coffee in order to make some better decisions, right? Because this hasn't been easy to trade. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Ethereum. Ethereum's doing very much the same thing as BTC, but it seems a bit stronger in my opinion. So if we look at ETH, we've kept this level around 1200, which is very highly respected throughout the board. With ETH, we haven't dropped down to this 173 level. So these are my targets for downwards movement is 173, and then obviously a fibs from the top of this range at 1350 all the way down to this 1148. This is the fibs here, this 1275. It also has confluence throughout with all these tops over here and bottoms. There's quite a bit of volume up here as well. So if I pull the volume, I can look and see that there is confluence here that bangs in between that level, right? Big volume spikes. So with ETH, my thoughts is if we are going to continue upwards, right, we're going to have to, first of all, punch through this area right here, which is key at 1217, because you can see how much volume was traded in this range prior, right? If we do a fixed range up here, we can see there's the point of control right at 1217, right? So that's another area that you should have marked out on your chart if you're trading ETH. And then obviously the top of the range, which is right here at 1232, right? So don't forget to mark out your tops, Alt H, right? And be aware of that. Back to BTC. I believe I have the prices marked out on this. Let's see if they're up to date. Yes, they are. So this is a new price to add in just to see if price will come back to it. This is more relevant, right? This I should probably move a little bit because that's a bad number for some people. And, you know, I haven't even had my light on this whole time. I have a light. Oof, that one's too bright. Oof, that's a whole different world in here now. Okay, so what else have we been looking at? We looked at Matic as well. Okay, let's look at Matic, because Matic, man, I was thinking to long here, and I'm kind of upset I didn't. But Matic obviously has had like a 2% move. What is it? 2% move. Holy smokes, Batman. Yeah, this has brought us up quite a bit, right? Because we're like, oh my God, Matic's dying. Like, look at it. Look at it. It's going to go lower. I had this area marked out here at 72 cents as my last thought on it, on where it could come to and then pop up. But it clearly went nowhere. Jazz me DYDX. Oh my God. We can go to ICP. I don't even know if I have jazz me on. Jazz. What are you doing to me? Not on Bitstamp. All sources. All right, we're gonna go at Jet. You're using KuCoin, or are we using? We'll go on Bybit because I use Bybit. So let's look at Jasmine. You're doing this to me, aren't you? You're doing this to me. Oh my God. Sniper Snipemare coming in with the Pumpasaurus. See, anything where I have to type 2 zeros, anything I have to type 2 zeros before I enter my price, it's not for me. Dollar cost average, okay, but this right now is on a tear. Holy smokes. And I know Sniper got in at 0.00273, something like that. Wow, it's popped up, eh? I mean, you're above this range right here. This would be my range to get above. Otherwise, we're coming down, right? That's just clear to me as night and day. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so your last spike is literally where it came up to. So that would be your last spike of volume. If you were to zoom out onto the 2 hour, pull a fib, where are you looking to go? So you got the bottom of this range here. That would be your height. You pull a fib from up here down to here. You're probably, yeah, you came up perfectly and touched that, right? Came up. Ah, that's all right. You'll be all right, Snipe. I know you will. You got this. Look at that. If you pulled this from the bottom to the top, you would have had that entry right there. Look at that. That's well respected. Holy smokes. That would have been a nice short right there. And I would expect it to come back and trade within this range that it's been currently at, right? Within this range here. If it doesn't stay within this range, then it's moving back up into this range, right? Which this range to the left over here, this was early December and November, right? So this would be the beginning of the range that we're currently in right now, and it seems to have had quite a bit of volume and pushed it down, right? So that volume has definitely said like, hey, we're out of this range, we're into this range here. So unless you can get major spikes of volume, like this one was huge, right? But I believe it should stay within this range. And you know what? If it doesn't, don't hold me to it, because I've never traded this and it seems very sporadic. At least it's not doing what Sol did to everybody the other day. Because Sol is just cruel. ICP, let's go to ICP. We'll take a look at ICP. Obviously, we can see right here, parabola uptrend, rejected over here, comes back down in this range. Okay, so with ICP, we don't have anything printing more recent. We can drop down, mark out this high. Let's go to the 1 hour. What do we got on the 1 hour? Continuation green dot. We have, I bet you this is right smack on the fibs too. If you pull from this swing high to, yep, there it is, right? Perfect setup yet again, right? Pretty simple, right? So I would have been looking for a short. Now that we've popped back up, I mean, it's clearly pumped and been rejected. So look, we have this range to the left as well over here, right? So I'd be looking for it to come back into this range down here where we have more volume. If we pull a volume profile on this whole thing, maybe I zoom out a bit more. Yeah, this makes sense to pull it from over here, right? Mark out your ranges, same thing as we always do, right? Level to level, right? Look, I didn't even have to guess with that one. That was already marked out for me, right? So working our way, we're in the middle of the point of the control, right? This is your ceiling at 4.05, right? Working our way to 398. I'd be looking for no trade at 398, but I'd be looking to to get confidence from other things in the market to say, hey, are we going to move up or are we going to move down? Because if we are moving down, we're clearly going to work our way down to this lower 3.7, right? But we have a little bit of volume just below here. As you can see on the left here, we got a little bit of volume around 3.87 as well. So I'd be looking for it to move down, but currently right now you can see that it is starting to form a downtrend, right? So could it come down here, right? That is the question. Be careful when you're trading stuff like this as well. I mean, I'm sure ICP is a lot more respected than Jasmy, but you know, you pull the fibs here, you're bouncing off to 0.5. If you pull the fibs here, you're bouncing off to 786, right? So yeah, with this one, I look for more downside. Clearly it's dumping a little bit here, but right now, just be careful out there, because the problem with the markets right now is the volume's not here. So come Monday, we'll be popping, right? Everybody will be back. New year, new life, new goals, new happiness. Possible head and shoulders. Oof, I missed that. See, for me, I've got to work on my patterns a bit more, because you know what? You got to be humble in these markets. There it is. See, there it is. Simple, right in front of me. Got to keep your eye out for these. You got to be humble too, right? Because we're all here to learn. We're all here to learn and get better so that we can extract more money out of these markets, right? Why are we here? I spent a good 3 hours yesterday watching some videos, seeing what other people are doing, just what they're trading, right? 371, that's value area low, right? Look at that. That would be a perfect play, right? If we can come down and then continue to drop, right? That'd be a perfect play on ICP as well. Beautiful. Thanks, Sniper. Always giving the sauce here. The otter sauce, we should say. We got the otter sauce here. And if you don't know what the otter sauce is, I can show you if you really want to see it. It's pretty funny. We got Tony Soprano here, always making the memes. He's got the otter sauce here. You know what I mean? He's got the tomato sauce. Oh, this is great. This is great. Back to the charts. Oh, man. Okay. Back to the corn. Have we gotten a pump? Yes, we have. Right? Oof. Oof. Are we getting denied here? How much exhaustion is there going to be? Now, this is a lower low. Right? This is a lower low. Look at the wicks on these. Right? This is the market right now. Literally. This is the market. Look at moving down with volume. Holy smokes. It's like denied. Denied again. Right? It's tapping on this door. It's tapping on this door. It wants to break through, but guess what? It's not letting it. Money flow is curving down. If we go to 20, 24, money flow curving down. Money flow about to curve down. Let's go to the 45. Any signs here? We got double tops kind of happening here. We got this bearish divergence slowly paying out. Slowly. Right? I don't even know what to do with this wick. Does anybody know what to do with this wick here on the 22nd? Does anybody have any ideas about this wick on the 22nd? Because I sure don't. I think we should just erase this thing. So wow. So yeah, my thoughts on Bitcoin right now is that I am bearish, right? The sentiment in the market is bearish. If I zoom out here, let's pop up some of our TA. Let's talk about what we think is going to happen in the markets, right? So if I pop up this, zoom out, we get rid of the price labels. Don't forget to screenshot these, eh? Screenshot them, add them to your chart, use them. It helps, right? It helps to have ideas. You can see how we pull it, how we get the levels, and we trade level to level on this channel, trying to extract profits. We take profits early, let the trade run, see what we can extract, and that's how we roll, right? I found this is to be the best, just to preserve capital and learn, right? Just to preserve capital. Photoshop it, go to 148K like Carl the Moon Boy, so he didn't have to delete his Twitter. Oh, man. So here we go. What's going to happen with this news, right? So we got 12 o'clock on the 3rd. Now, this is going to be different for you guys, right? Let's go over and give you the time frame for New York. New York. I'm from New York City, right? Now, New York time, your New York time frame. This is me changing my Aussie time for you guys, right? It's 7 p.m. on the 2nd, right? 7 p.m. on the 3rd. Is it p.m. or is it a.m.? It's p.m. This is New York, right? So make sure you have these marked out on your chart so you know when it's coming, right? We got the minutes, we got the jobs. Make sure your time is set properly here. Make sure you take this down so that you have this resource. Need lots of resources to help you make better decisions. Now, is it going to be negative news? Whee! Is it going to be positive news? Woohoo! It's totally dependent, right? They will let us know. This part will load up and it will tell us if it's good news, if it's bad news, but we have to be patient. The key to any news update is being patient, I've noticed. See, we had news updates over here. Let's go back to the good old news days. So here we go. We've had this news. Whee! And I called this on my channel. I said, look, I had this marked out with a vertical line. And I'm like, they're going to pump. They are going to pump 100% back here. I'm like, they are going to pump. Find yourself along. What did they do? They pumped. How did I know that? Because they had dropped that they're changing it from 0.75 basis points to 0.5 basis points, which is bullish, which happened. It happened. And we got a nice, beautiful, long trade out of that, right? Then they did one of these things where they stalled out, got everybody hoping, including myself, that we would go to the moon. And guess what? They dumped it on us, right? Because what I've learned is that every time the market does pump, it likes to do the opposite, right? There's got to be balance. There's got to be balance within the markets. If we're going to give profits, we're going to take profits as well, right? It will always come back to fill the voids that it's left behind, right? Kumas Crypto, welcome. Hello, hello. Welcome to Alex O Crypto. We're glad you're here. The Otter Gang, we're full of love here. We don't revenge trade. We kind of stare at our phones when we go into bed. But we're trying to make Otters great again. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I won't ask that of you this time. Just join the Discord, free Discord. Links in the description. We all have fun. We all share trades. We all have fun. It's all about, growing together, laughing together, being good guys, It's about sharing knowledge, right? I think if everybody contributes, we can all grow together, right? Just bought 100 euros of Bitcoin. Jean Remy. I am from Canada. Je ne parle français bien. But that's great. Dollar cost averaging. I have been dollar cost averaging under 17. Kumas Crypto, thanks for subbing. I really appreciate it. Shout out to you. Don't forget to jump into the Discord, free Discord. I mean, we're out there having fun, throwing down gifts, throwing down charts, sharing our ideas. Bunch of great guys in there. We call ourselves the Otter Gang. There's a long story. It's in the welcoming of it. But we're all here to help each other, right? I don't believe in charging for anything that I wouldn't pay for myself. We're all here extracting from the charts what we think is going to happen. It's been a hard holidays because of volume, right? So, it's going to pick up. But right now, we got as much as we can without risking too much as well, right? So currently right now, I am in a short. My stop loss is above this wick over here to my left. I'm looking to come down to at least here. My first take profit is going to be halfway around 16,580, and I'm looking for this to come back down to the bottom of this range. But if not, I'm going to pay myself early. We have had a wick back up. I'm probably breaking even right now, but this is the trade I'm currently in, looking to make some little bit of profits while the markets are in low volume. The Discord link should be in the description of the video. If it's not, you can get it from another video. I'll go back and I'll check. I'll make sure it's in the link of this video as well. But it is in the other regular videos. Probably, maybe I haven't put it into the live videos yet. But yeah, come and hang out with us. I mean, I think the Discord's up. No, it's not. Let me throw the link in to the chat here. There we go. Anytime. Small knit community, all here, having fun. I mean, we've had a funny New Year's, just throwing down charts. Lots of friends in here. Good banter, good friend David here. He's got a channel as well. But, we're here to help each other. I'll shill his channel because I know he's a smart guy and he's always contributing his charts and his thoughts. And same with Sniper. Sniper's Nightmare. Shout out to you. Much love, brother. He's calling these things early on, giving us all the information as he's doing it himself. That's what we're about. We're about sharing. But what we preach here is good risk management, right? How can you preserve your capital in order to accumulate, right? Because it's all good and well to have that one nice trade. But if you're losing quite a bit every time, you're not making quite a bit of profit, right? And then with less capital, you're not able to put as much into the trades, right? As we grow the bags and the capital, the more capital we retain by not losing money, the more we can put into trades and therefore make more money over time, right? That's kind of what we preach here, is to have a healthy mindset and the lowest leverage. Well, I mean, my leverage is questionable at times, but my entries are pretty bang on. I mean, I got in at 1204 here. I'm pretty happy with that entry, right? 65x, questionable. But my Bitcoin trade, which I didn't get in so well, I got in, I think, around 16,615. It's only 37x, but it has more capital in it. So we're trying our best here. Because with low volume, we want to make more profit with less movement of the charts, right? So sometimes we'll crank up the leverage. I have 1K on KuCoin, going to try to grow that account as much as possible over the new year. Amazing. Kumis Crypto, welcome. You know what? That's a great plan. And we talk about that here, is having a plan. So my plan on a daily basis when I come to the charts is to zoom out and go through my time frames initially, right? So my plan is I go out into the 4 hour, sometimes to the daily to have an outlook, right? On KuCoin, you can only do 20x. Good. Yeah, unless I think you have to verify or whatever, right? And that's plenty high, trust me. Especially if you're new and you're learning, I would even suggest lower than that. I'd suggest no leverage. I'd suggest using, maybe start with $50, paper money we're talking about, because it's not financial advice. Start with that, and then learn how to use KuCoin. First of all, how to enter, how to exit, how to set stop losses, how to set take profits. Learn the system of KuCoin, and then learn how to do good TA, right? So we make a plan here. We go to the 4 hour, the 1 hour. We'll drop down to lower time frames as we see fit. And then we like to look at support and resistance. Max out. I always map out. Free tool here is fixed range volume profile. We always pull this across the range. The range, there's a support and a resistance, a bottom and a ceiling, right? We'll mark out those areas. We can see that volume is thick in the middle here, right? We'll mark out our point of control. And then from there, we have a range. Now with this range, we can pull Fibonacci from swing lows to swing highs to get retracements moving up. And then we can pull retracements from the top to the bottom to see resistance coming down, right? Then we use volume profiles, time frames, market sentiment, and we adjust on the fly as we go, right? But we always come to the charts with a plan, trying to attack them on a daily basis. We give daily updates here, so you'll always get the levels from us. You'll always get our ideas and our thoughts on a daily basis, right? What I suggest is that when we give these prices every day, is go put them in your chart, but then go figure out how we got them, right? Over again, right? And there's a reason for that, because good TA and good risk management is where it's at, right? It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's an art. It's a practice. It takes serious risk. There's so much to learn here. So I suggest starting slow, taking your time, get used to using KuCoin. I used KuCoin. I also use Bybit. They're great trading platforms. I think BitJet's all right too. But obviously I'm not here to shill another trading. I just use Bybit. It's what I use. Not here to say it's better than anything I know. I'm just used to that. I've also used KuCoin. So yeah, I'm so glad you've joined us. Otter Gang. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bless you, my son. But we out here to make the bags, right? We wouldn't have gotten in. See, like I got into crypto because of the mess of the good old fake dollar, the printing of money. I've been trying to backtest a few strategies, but seems the basic TA might be better. Well, you're going to find what works for you, right? Like I have Market Cipher B. You don't need it, right? You don't need it, because I traded without it for 6 months, right? I would suggest learn volume profiles, RSI, relative strength index, right? Learn divergences. Learn to spot divergences. So what is a divergence? Is when price is making a higher low and a lower high on the RSI. So you'll be able to spot these. Let's see if we can find one. I'm sure there's one here. Yep. So you have a lower low, but a higher low on your RSI, which will typically pop you up. Look at this beautiful trade, right? If you got in anywhere on this wick, you would have been brought right up, taking a nice juicy profit, right? So there's many things I would suggest, but first and foremost, support and resistance. Look at the trend. Are we in a downtrend? Are we in an uptrend? Answer that question. You shouldn't trade against the trend. The trend is your friend until the end, right? Then look at stochastics. Maybe a moving average. That's what I would suggest, right? And you will develop and build your strategy that works well for you. And then you can back test it, right? See, Sniper's got it. He's got it all laid out for you. You know what? I'm still fresh on the whole, like, yeah, 2011, man. If you grab BTC back then, I had the same attitude way back then. Absolutely. And now look at us, right? It's got value. You know, that crisis in 2008. And then 2011, imagine scooping up all that Bitcoin and selling at the top, right? Well, that's what we have right now. We have an opportunity, right? 2023, I've watched some prediction videos, and they're not too positive about this bottom. We'll know when the bottom is in. And with all the charts, we'll know that there is an Is this my, my Bitstamp. So we do know that there is a accumulation phase that happens in every bottom, right? So we can see when we zoom in here, this is Bitcoin, right? And we can see that when we bottomed here, 2018, look how much time there was to accumulate bags, right? I'd say there was a good 133 days, right? Then we had the COVID crash, right here. Bingo bango. That you could have gotten in right here. And then, boom, they printed money, right? And everybody got secretly rich, right? But there is going to be, this downward trend, maybe a last hurrah down, and then an accumulation flat period. We haven't hit that, I don't believe so, right? We still have these levels down here. I'd say if we get into this range, where is it? Yeah, I'd say this is a range where I will be accumulating a lot more than I am right now. Right now, I'm only DCAing very small amounts of capital. But once we get down to here, there'll be lots of time, I believe, because the way that the economy is right now, we're going to see more pain. It's going to take a bit of time to recover. And then all-time highs. If you do believe that Bitcoin will reach all-time highs, right? Let's just look at it this way. If we do believe that it's going to reach all-time highs, and we're right here, right? And let's say I believe that we are going to go to $100,000 Bitcoin, right? And we're accumulating here. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, is there? Is there, right? And then we get alt season after that. I know a lot of people don't hold Bitcoin, but Bitcoin tends to lead the way, right? Especially in bear markets. We get Bitcoin dominance charts. We'll pull one of those up next time. But right now, there's plenty of time to learn how to trade properly, to practice good risk management, get into the charts, stay with us, have some fun, have some laughs, right? And hopefully extract some profits from these. Perfect. Perfect. Got to keep that side bag ready to deploy. I love the word deploy. Okay. Well, I think that's me. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my day. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I appreciate the questions and keeping me on some new topics of discussion. It's always good for me to learn and grow with you guys along the way, right? So right now, overall, if we're going to cap this off, we can see that we haven't had too much going on here with Bitcoin. We've obviously had a downwards movement, a little bit of a pump, and we're sitting here at this ceiling, and maybe we can drop back down. I'm currently in a short, and I appreciate you watching the videos, man. I'm gonna be working today on some evergreen content. I'm talking about how to pull good fibs. I want to do a Fibonacci, and just my thinking on how I watch price action and things like that. And also, the most important part is how to have a fresh mind, how to come to these charts refreshed, without anger, without emotion, and come to the charts clear-headed so that we can extract as much profit as possible without getting emotional, without getting into these revenge trades and these revenge setups and random setups. You know, choices made in anger cannot be undone. We don't want to be able to not sleep when we trade. We want to sleep like a baby. So this is the things I'm going to be working on for you guys, because I have gotten much better at these things, so might as well share them with you guys. But for that being said, be safe out there, practice good risk management. I love you all. God bless. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.